Meanwhile, the U.S. government, once again, just days away from a potential shutdown. Current funding runs out Friday unless Congress passes a new spending bill. And over the weekend, Republicans unveiled their stopgap plan. NBC's senior White House correspondent Garrett Haake joins us with the latest. So, Garrett, walk us through this. What's in this plan? Republicans controlling both houses of Congress. So how will this play out?
Well, Savannah, the plan is for the House to vote early this week on that bill to keep the government open by essentially continuing to fund it at close to the current levels through September. The bill that the Speaker released on Saturday raises defense spending slightly, it cuts other spending slightly, and it has basically no margin for error in the House. Now, House Democrats weren't consulted at all on how this bill was put together. They're likely to oppose it. That means if just two Republicans vote no, the bill fails. And there's already one, Thomas Massie, who says he is a committed no vote. Now, President Trump supports this plan. He's been posting about it on social media. But last night on Air Force One, he said he's not even sure it will pass and avoid a shutdown.
Could happen. I mean, the Democrats want that. They want to destroy the country. So I can't tell you, but it could happen. It shouldn't have happened, and it probably won't. I think the CR is going to get passed. We'll see. But it could happen. You never know.
It could, and all of that puts a lot of pressure on Republican congressional leaders to get this done, and only then can they move on to that much bigger bill that actually funds the president's priorities, Savannah.
Okay, Garrett, I'll pick it up there. So that's what happens in the House potentially. Walk us through what happens if it makes it to the upper chamber. What can we expect from Democrats there? What about their willingness to risk a government shutdown?
Yeah, Craig, to me, this is when it gets more interesting. This bill would need at least 7 Democratic votes to get through the Senate. Now, typically, Senate Democrats aren't likely to shut down the government over what's otherwise a relatively non-controversial funding bill. They don't want to risk furloughing federal workers who are already struggling, military families, disrupting parts of the economy that depend heavily on the government, like air travel. But Democrats do want some assurances that the president will actually follow any law that they pass here, and that Elon Musk and the president won't just decide not to spend money on things that they don't like or keep making cuts to the federal workforce that Democrats think are either inappropriate or in some cases illegal. So don't be surprised if we see Senate Democrats and President Trump here at the White House in some kind of negotiation on this by the end of the week.
Garrett Haake from the White House for us. Garrett, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.